I'll be the first to say that I don't keep up with current events, but I swear Bernard Arnault is the richest man on the planet. In fact, at the time of making this video, Bloomberg estimated Arnault's net worth to be $215 billion, though everyone is still waiting for Elon Musk to become the first trillionaire in history. So how come you've just clicked on a video that's about to show you how the Prince of Saudi Arabia spends his wonderful $2 trillion fortune? A fortune that dwarfs the combined fortunes of the top 20 richest people on any list today. I'm glad you asked, and I'll keep the response brief, sweet, and vulgar. As the de facto ruler of a country that has his surname as its first name, Mohammed bin Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, or MBS, stands atop Aramco, the world's largest oil and gas firm. It is the third most valuable firm, trailing only Apple and Microsoft, and ahead of Alphabet, Berkshire Hathaway, Amazon, and of course, Tesla. These topics are less important to Mars, but the truth is that MBS has power over what he may spend millions of dollars on from his own fortune, as well as the wealth of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and Aramco. MBS also controls Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, known as the Private Investment Fund, which has $500 billion in assets. You start to wonder what you could possibly buy as a gift for someone who is obviously filthy rich, and some of the insane goods on our list will make you jealous, especially since the #1 item on our list is the Salvator Mundi painting, the most costly picture in our history. No other than the Italian Renaissance artist Leonardo da Vinci, who, like MBS, didn't know where to draw the line with the abilities he was born with, produced this wonderful work in the 15th and 16th centuries. The Salvator Mundi went on tour in 2017, with stops in Hong Kong, San Francisco, and New York. Saudi Arabia's Minister of Culture, Prince Badr bin Abdullah, paid $450 million for it during its exhibition at Christie's in New York, which is roughly $500 million. The claim was that it was for display at the Abu Dhabi Louvre, but according to rumors, Prince Badr bin Abdullah was actually standing in for MBS, who is currently in possession of the masterpiece. The artwork Salvatore Mundi, which means Savior of the World, is a stunning picture by Leonardo da Vinci that includes a portrait of Jesus Christ holding a non-refracting crystal ball in his left hand. This painting of Jesus is on Mohammed bin Salman's giant yacht, where he hung it on the wall using 1 nail instead of 3. MBS enjoys adding an extra layer of flair to whatever he does. It may be a $500 million painting of one of history's most famous figures on his wall, or it could be more gold coating on his already pricey fleet of cars, such as his gold-plated Bugatti Veyron Grand Sport. This car costs a stunning $12.5 million, and it has been recognized as one of the fastest street-legal vehicles in the world, with a top speed of 431 kilometers per hour and a 0 to 100 kilometers per hour acceleration time of 2.5 seconds. That acceleration just barely edges out that of the Lamborghini Aventador SVJ, which goes from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 2.8 seconds. Spending on luxury vehicles goes from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye because he splurged nearly $8 million to buy this Lamborghini and, of course, covered it in gold. In fact, he owns a Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead Coupe, a Bentley Continental Flying Spur, a Range Rover, and a Mercedes G63 6X6 truck for a grand total of $36 million. And he's covered them all in gold and even ornamented the chairs with gold-like embroidery. At this point, perhaps his automobiles run on gold instead of gasoline. And if that doesn't pique your interest in being wealthy, perhaps his gorgeous French mansion known as the Mansion Louis XIV will. When Prince Salman bought this estate for $300 million in 2015, he set a global record for a residential property acquisition. But MBS didn't stop there. Instead, he started to work on the mansion, hiring Saudi-born French property developer Imad Khashoggi to repair and renovate the home. Over the course of 3 years, Khashoggi blended high-tech systems and controls with 17th-century craft techniques in the reconstruction of this 57-acre castle. Over 131,000 individuals labored in this mansion, an average of 120 people every day. They included experts such as stonemasons who built the house to style and marble craftsmen who carved a perfect statue of Louis XIV and molded it for the magnificent CX-style fireplaces, gardeners who built enormous stretches of parks and French-style gardens with embroidered box hedges and tree-lined labyrinths, and painters and decorators who painted the ceilings of many reception halls, master bedrooms, and the main drawing room's cupola. The chandeliers are stunning highlights hanging in the chateau, but the fantastic paintings and magnificent gardens are the highlights of this luxury home. And to think that the Salvator Mundi picture we highlighted before is almost double the price of this vast estate, a $500 million picture that hangs on the walls of Mohammed bin Salman's Serene yacht. That's correct. The Serene boat is massive, ranking among the top 10 largest yachts in the world, with a length of 439 feet and a beam of 60 feet. It has a jacuzzi with automatic lighting on the outer top deck lounge areas, sitting rooms and bars on its decks, several staterooms and a master suite, a helipad, and a garage to house its many speedboats and tenders for when MBS wants to go overboard. But MBS went overboard with a different type of tender called Monet. This sea monster was originally created for Russian vodka tycoon Yuri Shefler for $330 million. Then in 2014, the one and only Bill Gates leased the yacht for $5 million a week. But when vacationing in the south of France in 2015, Prince Salman chose to pour $550 million on the water vessel from one super-rich man to another. The Calm yacht is an example of exemplary sportsmanship among the rich. Speaking of sportsmanship, Prince Salman's most recent acquisition is a famed English soccer club called Newcastle United Football Club, or more colloquially known as the Magpies, via the Sovereign Wealth Fund of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, known as the Public Investment Fund, or PIF. MBS was able to purchase the English football club for £300 million. The transaction took nearly 2 years to complete, but Newcastle is now the richest club in the world as a result of their owners. The PIF has assets worth about $500 billion, and the owner has multiple stakes in household companies such as Disney, Uber, Facebook, Starbucks, and of course, everyone's favorite pharmaceutical business, Pfizer. For context, Manchester City Football Club's owner, Sheikh Mansour, has a net worth of $20 billion. Many perceive this acquisition by Mohammed bin Salman, through PIF, as a method to diversify their sovereign wealth fund away from solely oil. And as previously stated, PF already invests in some very significant names, bringing its assets to $500 billion. Soccer is an investment that should not be overlooked as more and more billionaires join the fray. For example, the Russian-Israeli oil billionaire oligarch Roman Abramovich and the Italian billionaire family of Andrea Agnelli. The family owns 2 of the largest clubs, and the affluent in the United States of America have recently turned their attention to expanding and investing in the sport in their region. Earlier in this video, we asked what one could buy as a gift for someone with a net worth of well over $2 trillion. Tell us in the comments section. Only wrong answers, but the truth is that we may never know. MBS has 553 million acres of oil-rich land. He is theoretically the world's second greatest landowner, trailing only the Crown and the King of England. And it's not every day that you find yourself in the company of 2 of the most powerful people on God's green planet. If you liked this video, please like and share it so that you can get more updates from this channel.